Starting off with an absolute banger, we are going to Swedish Midsummer Carnage 2. I love all the tracks by, I believe it's HM. Hell Machine, excuse me. I don't know why I said believe HM. I know exactly who HM is. I love all of his tracks, Snake Pit being like my all-time favorite. Let me turn that down. Yeah, so I love all of Hell Machine's tracks, but this one is free, and there's a bunch of pub lobbies. There's a dedicated pub lobby, so you should get it. It is a great way to play on Hell Machine's tracks if you don't have money and you don't just buy them all. So yeah, here's a lap around the track. It runs great on 450s. It runs pretty good on 250s, 125s too if you're good. I'm not good, so I don't run tracks that are big scale on small bikes. Anyways. So yeah, this is a super fun track. I mean, nice flowy, a lot of replayability. My only gripe is it's really short, especially in comparison to the other Hell Machine tracks like I'm used to. Snake Pit's huge. I love it. I love how expansive it is. I love how you can kind of get lost. I love how it's hard to memorize. So again, this is an absolute banger of a track. Hell Machine, Swedish Midsummer Carnage 2. I've got a link down below. You should absolutely get it. Number 9 on my list is Quarry Basin. This is a track that's originally from MX vs. ATV Alive, if you're familiar. I'm not. I actually was addicted to MX vs. ATV when I was a kid, but the only one I actually ever liked, funny enough, I hated Reflex. I wasn't into Supercross as a kid, so I just didn't get any of those. But I loved, I think it was Unleashed or Untamed, I think, on the Xbox 360, where you could have your trophy trucks. And we also played Unleashed, and there was a version, I think, even older for like the Xbox that had planes in it. I was huge on that one, so I was like a free roamer. So this track isn't very familiar with me. Anyways, it's a gorgeous track. It's easy to pick up. It's a lot of fun. Oh no, I should have sent that more. Ah! And it's really not hard. Like I said easy to pick up, but there's not a lot of ruts. At the same time, it's got cool rhythms. It's got that sweet water. Everybody loves water. Ah! Oh no! And yeah, it's a lot of fun. You'll find, I don't think there's any dedicated running it right now, but I see it in rotation quite often. I think I just was playing it in an IBS Kelso live. So yeah, Quarry Basin, this is an MX vs. ATV Alive track. It's entirely free. I know the creator, I don't know the creator, but I know that this was their very first track, so shout out to them, because this is an absolute banger of a first track. I couldn't imagine making this as my first track, so I've never made a track before, so yeah, congrats on the great track. This is number 9, Quarry Basin. I've got the link down below, entirely free to download, and it's a great track. Coming at number 8, we have MX Excite Bike Stadium. So if you ever played Excite Bikes growing up, I didn't, so I'm not very familiar with it. I believe it was a Super Nintendo game, which is funny because I had a Super Nintendo growing up, but just didn't have the game. Then you'll be very familiar with this stadium. It's super flowy, nice little supercross track, and I just really like how easy and fun it is. It's very quick to get on. You can kind of hop around. I think it was a lot easier for me to pick up than some of the other free supercross tracks like Fort Red. And I mean, some of these features, just look at that, it's so cool. He used objects and he kind of lays them in with the dirt. So you have like little on-off features that are very fantasy-esque, like I would assume you'd probably see in the game. Ah, a split track. So yeah, super fun track. I just found out about this track like, I want to say 3 or 4 days ago, so I really haven't played it much. but it blew me away the first time I played it, and I had to share it. It's 100% free. I couldn't believe that it was free, especially since I buy so many paid tracks, and I know there's a ton of paid tracks that I've bought that are worse quality than this. No shade, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So yeah, beautiful track, MX Sight Bikes. It's or MX Sight Bikes Stadium, MX Sight Bikes Stadium, and yeah, it's a ton of fun, totally free, like every other track. I'll leave that link down below. You can download it, get it cranking. Let me know what you think. Number 8 is an absolute gimme. We are going to Polito Raceway V2. This track is an all-time banger. I'm not going to have any more gimmies than this, no Forest, but since this is a track that you have to download, I thought it would be pretty fair, even though it is the most popular track in MX Bikes, so it's more than likely that you have at least heard about this track. But it's so much fun. It has so much replayability. I get so much better every time I play it. I find new lines all the time. And it's, again, not hard. It's a great motocross track. No cut-in ruts. If you know me, I love those, but honestly, this track is fast enough with some good booters. There's lots of opportunities to pass, which I think is so much fun. It makes for a really battleable track. You can punt people out of that corner right there so easily. Right here, too. I go really close inside, you come in right there. And then if you're really good, you can take this outside here, and I've seen people double across this, which is insane, because that's a huge double. I know it looks really tiny, but it's a booter. And then the best line here. Oh! Oh, I flopped it, but you cut inside. I steered in early and too much, but it's okay. There we go. Recovered. What a banger track. So yeah, that's Polito. One of my all-time favorites, an absolute beautiful track, probably one of your very first downloads. If you're brand new to MX Bikes and you're watching this, go download it right now. You're missing out. Coming in at number 6, we have Rust Supercross. This is an absolute banger of a track based on the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 map, Rust. If you're familiar, if you're old like me, you've probably thrown down a lot of not nice words across some quick scopes in this map. It's amazing. I can't believe it's old. That's funny that I think about that. I think the Xbox felt like yesterday, the Red Ring of Death, the Red Ring, all that stuff. But yeah, that was a while back. And this is a banger of a map. There are so many different line choices. Almost all of these you can double, triple, double. This one you can triple in, triple out. All 3 of those you can triple. I messed up the triple. But you get a good momentum there. This is another triple here. And then these lines are fun. On, off. Pivot turn. On. Step up rhythm. Oh, I should have gone for the triple. Double U-turn to a wall jump, and then it's the longest line of whoops you've ever seen in your fucking life. Oh, did I do it? Did I get it good? I think I did. Oh, boys. Wow. For the video. That's Rust. It's an amazing map. It's entirely free. I have learned so many Supercross basics on this. This was, I think, my very first Supercross map that I ever downloaded. And it's a Call of Duty themed map, so how can you hate it? Go get a download. Let me know what you think. Coming in at number 5, we have E Street MX. This is a real life, it's the replica track of E Street MX, which is a track in California, if I recall. I kind of funny. I live in California 6 months of the year, but this is one of the tracks I just have not gotten around to riding yet. So let's jump the finish line and get started. I'm actually kind of frustrated because I filmed this twice, but neither one of them quite recorded, so hopefully this does. It's okay though, because the first take, I ate shit a lot. I'm gonna be real here with y'all. We almost ate shit there again, but it's okay, we didn't. There we go. Alrighty. So yeah, super fun sand track. It's the hardest track on today's list. It starts to get ARL style, where you have the sweeping cut-in ruts. It gets really bumpy. But this is, I would say, Paula style difficulty if you've played the Paula ARL track, the pro track that is. And the difference is this races so well on 125s, like amazingly. I have had giant races in here before. I used to run an East Ridden MX dedicated server. So yeah, I would highly recommend you download this track. It's a ton of fun. I think sand teaches you a whole bunch in MX bikes, especially this style of riding where it's like there's not always faces to the jumps. You're kind of just riding off of lips. Maybe not lips, but like mounds. Oh, I was in fourth. There we go. It's not too long of a track. These laps are pretty, I don't want to say short. They're sub 2 minutes. And if you're fast, you can get way better than that. Unfortunately, your boy is slow. Not Lynn's. There we go. That's a lap around East Ridden MX. Download it for free below. And let's head over to track number 4. Coming up at number 4, we have Dreamland MX. This is a real-life track, I believe, based in Florida. Jumps are huge, and if you take a look at any GoPro videos in person, it's insane. They don't even groom between the jumps, so it just looks gnarly. But it's so much fun. I played it for a long time before I even realized it was a replica track. Oh, I can't believe I messed it up. I played this as like one of the very first tracks I ever downloaded on my bikes. I think one of the very first good tracks I downloaded, like after Polita. And yeah, it's kind of always been a staple. I haven't played it nearly as much recently. There's just no more pub lobbies with this, but there used to be all the time. This used to be the track on pub lobbies maybe 8, 9 months ago. Maybe a bit longer ago than that, but it's a great track. Got these booters here. The next one's even bigger. Did a U-turn. Tabletop coming up, and another U-turn. I always overjump that. This next section is one of the harder sections in my opinion. I tend to overjump that. I want to scrub that really hard. Same with this. Oh! See, I just suck. Honestly, it's a skill issue, I get it. Sat too early. I'm gonna totally cut that corner. And there you go. That's a lap around Dreamland. It's a really fun lap. So much fun. That blimp in the air, the pond, there's a flamingo. It's just, I mean, you could play it for so long. The doubles are huge. Race is great. Go get a download. Up next, we have a absolute booter of a track. This is Widowmaker, and it's such a great track. And honestly, I feel like it's really undiscovered. I didn't know about this for a long time. It's one of the later free tracks I ended up ever downloading. It's not just new. I found it really far behind the ball, just because I feel like, I don't know, maybe I joined after it got big. Oh, I just totally fucked up the finish line jump. We'll pretend like that didn't happen and continue. You get this nice little 90-degree hook here to your right. Step down. Oh. If you guys would do me a favor and leave a comment talking about how good I am and how little I fall, I would really appreciate that. We can confuse the other viewers. We can all just pretend this didn't happen. We can just gaslight everybody into thinking that I am a Make that nice U. It's so much fun when you get going. You gotta be careful in the back half though. The options are so much fun. Right, left, either way is a great way to do it. Oh, case. It's okay. Doing good. There we go. I always want to overjump the next one too. Oh, I got a Facebook message. I got a buddy who's trying to come over to ride tomorrow morning at the property. Oh, y'all, where do y'all ride? I usually ride at the track. But when I am here in North Carolina, my parents have some property that I ride at. So, I mean, it's right outside the garage. Why not, right? So yeah, that's Widowmaker. She's a great track. I still can't clear the finish line jump. But she's tons of fun and a huge booter. Huge booter. Coming in at number 2, we have Fort Red. This is an all-time classic track by Red Rider, I believe. I think it's by Red Rider, unless you guys have any other idea of who this track might be by. Anyways, so this is a pretty generic Supercross track in my opinion. It's always reminded me of LA Coliseum, but I don't think it's based on anything. I think it's just kind of a hodgepodge of ideas put into a fantasy track. I always say LA Coliseum because it has that step out of the stadium into the stands there. But I could be wrong. Could be based on something. Let me know in the comments if it is. It's so much fun though. I don't want to say it's easy because it's not easy, as you just saw. That was actually an easier line though. I'm kind of embarrassed I missed that one. But it's a lot of fun and it's not too challenging of a Supercross track to get. There's all sorts of hidden lines you can hit. There's places where you can pass. Up here, passing gets fun. Cut people off, throw them into concrete. There's a great whoop section that's really easy. Probably the easiest whoop section I've ever seen on a Supercross track in this game. This section is really fun right here, that double step up. The second one you have to hit medium, and the third one, or the first one you have to hit medium, the second one you have to hit hard. Here are the whoops. I mean, you could see that these are easy. There's no chance of failure, unlike Rust. I like to take the inside. Yeah, super nice and easy Supercross track. I highly recommend everyone check it out, and this is number 2 on the list of my all-time favorite tracks. Primarily just because of how many freaking hours I've put on this track. I've put in a ton of hours in this track, goofing around, trying to hit, like, hold on, let me see if I can crank it out here. Trying to jump that all the way into this following level down, and a whole bunch of other jumps. So, download Fort Red, try out all the fun little lines. I love doing the transfers like they used to do back in Supercross back in the day, where you go from one line to the next. And yeah, let's move on to track number 1 on our list. My all-time favorite track are at Schmeesville. I forget the exact creator. He also created Big Send MX. I would say this is a very highly controversial favorite track because I know some people hate how slippery the dirt is. But I'm mad good at this track, boys and girls. This track is awesome, and I will just say that if you aren't good at this track, it's a skill issue because you aren't schmeezy enough. You gotta get real schmeezy. Real schmeezy on this track. You gotta get real sideways. You gotta get real big. Oh, this track is such a banger. It is real short. It is so raceable. Especially because at any given time, the dude in the first is going to slip out and die. He's going to fall right out from underneath you. You're going to be able to go right past him. And it's going to be great. So, this track is so much fun. The whole shot is double gated. It is so... Or, sorry, I think it's even triple gated. Triple... Here, let me go check. Nope, it is double 2 gates, and it is hell because it is super slippery, and then it's a 180 turn to another 180 turn, and there's a double in there. So everyone crashes here, they crash again here, people try to hit this in a triple when they don't have the speed. It's such a fun track. My recommendations for this track is if you want to do a start, you should start in 3rd gear, lean all the way back, and give it a good amount of gas. That's it. That's all it is attraction. It's really not that challenging. And this track is just so much fun. Look how floaty it is. And the line over here is fun too. That was the sketchiest way I could have possibly hit that line. Couldn't have made that look any better. Any worse. Uh-oh. Okay. So yeah, that's Schmeesville, and these are my top 10 favorite free MX Bikes tracks. I have the download links for all of these tracks in the description below, including this one. Give them a download. I host these tracks all the time for free. So when you go to your next race, look up gyms, see if there's anything that shows up. Sometimes I'm hosting a lobby, sometimes I'm not. And yeah, that's it. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Jim, and I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something. Let me know what you want to see next. Okay, bye.